So, magandang araw sa ating lahat. Ang i-report at i-discuss natin ngayon is qualifying in court as an expert witness. So, dito na tayo sa next slide. A witness who gives testimony concerning question documents in court must not only understand how it is analyzed, compared, and interpreted, how it was photographed, developed, and charted, but he must also be familiar with the history, literature, and legal precedents of his profession. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? Ang sabi, ang isang witness daw na nagbibigay ng testimonya patungkol sa isang question document, hindi daw sapat na kailangan alam niya lang at nauunawaan niya lang kung paano i-analyze or suriin, i-compared at i-interpret. Ibig sabihin, pakabigyang kahulugan yung isang question document na yon. Ang sabi pa rito, hindi rin daw sapat na alam niya lang kung how it was photographed or paano ito kinunan ng larawan, developed and charted, or ibig sabihin, paano ito binuo at naitala yung isang question document. Ang sabi pa, but he must also be familiar with the history, literature, and legal precedents of his profession. Ang sabi, he must, ibig sabihin, kailangan. Kailangan rin daw na maging familiar siya, or ibig sabihin, kailangan may sapat na knowledge siya sa history, sa literature, and legal precedents of his professions. So, when we say literature kasi, it means, yan yung mga written works or studies na patungkol sa expert witness. And when we say legal precedents naman, it means, as an expert, or as an expert witness, kailangan may knowledge ka kung paano ba yung treatment ng court dun sa testimony ng mga previous witness. Bakit? Para daw magka-idea ka or ang isang expert witness kung anong mga testimony ang tinatanggap ng korte. Next. He should be able to state truthfully the length of time he has been engaged as a question document examiner. So, sa paragraph na to, sinasabi niya na the expert witness should be able to honestly state how long they have been working as a question document examiner. Ibig sabihin, kailangan sabihin niya ng totoo kung gaano na ba talaga siya katagal sa trabaho niya as a question document examiner. Bakit? Kasi daw, yung credibility niya is nakadepends on how long they have been practicing in the field. It means, yung credibility niya is nakadepende sa experience niya, which helps the court or judge to judge their level of expertise. Ibig sabihin, mas makakatulong daw yun sa korte para malaman nila kung gaano ba siya ka-expert sa field na yun. Third, he must have enough knowledge of some theories, studies, and research involving question document examination. The question document examiner must have learned the principle of identification and must have shown the evidence of training and expertise to the court in order not to find difficulties in obtaining the court's recognition as an expert witness. So, ibig sabihin, sa paragraph na to, binabanggit niya yung mga knowledge and training na required to qualify as an expert witness in question document. So, sa number 1, ang sabi niya rito, the expert witness must understand relevant theories, studies, and research na related sa question document examination. Kailangan alam niya at may knowledge siya sa mga relevant theories, sa mga studies, and also research na related sa field niya. So, example ng mga theory, yan yung handwriting theory by Taylor and Francis in 1987. So, yung handwriting theory, ini-examine niya on how handwriting can reveal personality traits and individual differences as seen in graphology. Second naman, they need to know the principle of identification. So when we say principle of identification, ibig sabihin, kailangan alam niya, no? Or may knowledge siya na how to determine whether a document is genuine or forged. Kailangan marunong siya kung paano i-identify ang isang document if it's genuine or original or forged naman or peke. Third, the expert must also demonstrate evidence of proper training and expertise in court. Ibig sabihin, kailangan ang isang expert witness ay i-prove niya na dumaan siya sa mga proper training. And lastly naman, this preparation ensures that the court will accept their testimony without difficulty. Ibig sabihin, as an expert witness, kailangan prepared ka at ma-ensure mo. No? So when we say ma-ensure, kailangan matiyak mo na tatanggapin ng korte ang mga testimony or testimonya na sasabihin mo. Next slide. Ordinarily, the opinion of a witness is not admissible in court, but opinion evidence is admitted on questions which the court is not competent to decide without assistance. This is the field of the skilled witness and expert testimony. Obviously, the qualifications demanded of an expert witness are higher than those of a lay witness. Ibig sabihin, ang opinion daw ng isang witness ay hindi talaga siya tinatanggap or not admissible sa korte. Pero ang opinion evidence daw is nagiging admitted siya or admissible kapag yung questions or yung issue is too specialized for a judge to evaluate or understand on their own. Ibig sabihin, nagiging admissible lang yung opinion evidence ng mga witness kapag yung isang issue is too specialized or ibig sabihin, hindi gaanong alam ng judge yung issue na yon. So kapag kasi sinabi nating opinion evidence, yan yung tawag dun sa mga opinion na sinasabi ng isang expert witness. Ibig sabihin, if the court doesn't have the necessary knowledge, kung ang isang korte daw ay walang sapat na kaalaman to make a fair decision on a complex matter, or ibig sabihin, kapag sinabing complex matter, it refers to a task, situation, or event that is difficult to understand. Example, yan yung mga handwriting analysis, DNA result, or even medical diagnosis. So in that case, sabi rito, it will allow an expert witness to give their professional opinion. Ibig sabihin, dun sa part na yon is i-allow na nila yung isang expert witness to give a professional opinion to help the court make an informed or fair judgment para masigurado na yung judgment na gagawin sa korte is fair or makatarungan. Next, ang sabi pa, this is the field of the skilled witness and expert testimony. Ibig sabihin, pagdating daw sa korte, mas mataas yung tingin nila sa mga expert witness kasi they have a special knowledge or skill sa iba't ibang larangan or fields na makakatulong sa korte to understand the complex matter. So when we say complex matter, again, yan yung mga bagay na mahirap intindihin. Next, the expert witness must show training and practical experience in the field in which he sets himself up an authority. It is true that there is always a first appearance in court as an expert for each forensic question document specialist. It is said that only those who have testified before in court should be considered as experts. If that is the case, we would exhaust the supply of experts when the present experts all die. Even though each must have an initial appearance, we should not go to in court as an expert witness unless we have enough years of experience in the handling of thousands of prints, beefed up by true theoretical knowledge of the field, to obtain the confidence of the court. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? So, in this paragraph, ini-explain niya lang yung mga required to be recognized or matawag kang as an expert witness. Iisahin natin sila. So, the number 1 is the training and experience are essential. Ibig sabihin, to be accepted as an expert witness, kailangan mong dumaan sa tinatawag na theoretical training and practical experience. Ibig sabihin, kapag kasi sinabing theoretical training, yun yung process na kung saan nag-aaral ka, nakikinig ka, at nagbabasa ka. Inoobserbahan mo kung paano ba maging isang expert witness. Kasi hindi sapat na i-claim mo lang or kiniklaim mo lang na expert ka. Kailangan mong i-prove na mastery ka or may napag-aralan ka in that field. Number 2, everyone has a first time testifying. So, ibig sabihin, every witness daw has a first experience of giving testimony in court. Pero hindi daw ibig sabihin nun na lahat ng witness na yon na nag-testify or nag-appear na sa korte ay matatawag na nating expert witness. Okay? Number 3, first time must be backed by strong credentials. Ibig sabihin, although meron ka ng first court experience as a witness, hindi pa rin daw sapat yon upang tawagin kang expert witness. Kasi kailangan mo daw ng sufficient or sapat na experience dun sa field na yon. Example niyan is handling thousands of writing samples or documents and having a strong theoretical understanding. Kapag nga sinabi nating theoretical understanding, yan yung process na ina-apply mo yung isang issue or isang topic sa korte sa mga theories or sa mga pag-aaral na na-prove na or proven and tested na. Number 4 is gaining the court's confidence. Ibig sabihin, being an expert, hindi daw sapat na magpakita ka lang or nakapag-testify ka lang as a witness before. It's about proving deep experience and knowledge. So, kailangan daw na i-prove mo na meron kang sufficient experience and knowledge dun sa field na yon, so that the court can trust your opinion on complex matters. So, inuulit ko, ang complex matters, yan yung mga bagay na mahirap intindihin. Dito tayo sa last paragraph. So, there is no certain number of years of experience or no definite number of handwriting specimen that we have examined which can be given as minimum or maximum experience. Some men may be excellent as expert in forensic question document identification but fails in court because of their nervousness, poor personality, or other human weakness. So, ibig sabihin yan, as an expert witness daw, or being an expert witness isn't measured by just counting time or cases. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo masasabi na expert ka dun sa field na yon dahil matagal ka na at marami ka ng cases na na-encounter sa field na yon. Ang sabi rito, it's more about skill, knowledge, and readiness. Kailangan madiskarte ka. Kailangan maalam ka. Kailangan fully prepared ka sa lahat ng pagkakataon. So, isasama rin natin siya. Ibig sabihin, hindi porket expert ka sa field mo or expert ka sa field na yon is automatic magiging successful expert witness ka na sa korte. You also need the ability to present your findings clearly and confidently. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mayroon kang abilidad na i-present mo yung mga findings or results na nakuha mo na clearly, na malinaw at confidently. So, the next reporter.
Hello everyone, I'm the second reporter of our group 14 of forensic. My topic is all about qualification of document expert. The first part. During initial discussion with the prospective client, it may be discovered that FDS has been retained by another party involved in the dispute. First, what is FDES? FDS means Forensic Document Examination Services. It is specialized within forensic science that focuses on examination and analysis of documents to determine their authenticity, authorship, and history. Due to this conflict of interest situation, the prospective client will have to locate another qualified expert to assist him or her. It explains one important situation that may affect whether a document can work with the client. Sa madaling salita, hindi pwede mag-handle o mag-examine ng isang expert patungkol sa isang document sa dalawang niyang client. Magkakaroon ito ng conflict of interest sa dalawa niyang client. Kaya maghahanap ng isa pang ibang expert para tumulong sa kanilang case. The second part, while the statement all men are created equal is widely accepted, no two forensic document examiners possesses identical professional qualification. Every document examiner draws on a body of knowledge he or she has acquired through formal education, specialized training, scientific research, and collaborating with other experts. In the field of forensic document examination, no two experts have exactly the same qualifications. Sa larangan ng forensic document examination, hindi pare-pareho ang kasanayan at kwalifikasyon ng bawat expert. Halimbawa na lang, si Examiner A ay isang criminology graduate na nakapagtapos ng training sa pagsusuri ng pirma at dokumento sa PNP. Samantalang si Examiner B naman ay may background sa chemistry at nagsasagawa ng research tungkol sa inks at papel, aging. Pareho silang forensic document expert pero magkaiba sila ng expertise at karanasan. Yun lamang po. Thank you.
While this statement, all men are created equal, is widely accepted, no two forensic documents examiners possess identical professional qualifications. Every document examiner draws on a body of knowledge he or she has acquired through formal education, specialized training, scientific research, and collaborating with other experts. So it means habang ang pahayag na ang lahat ng tao ay nilikha ng pantay-pantay, ay malawak na tinatanggap, walang dalawang forensic document examiner ang may magkatulad na profesional na kwalifikasyon. Ang bawat document examiner ay kumukuha mula sa isang katawan ng kaalaman sa kanyang nakuha sa pamamagitan ng formal na edukasyon, espesyalisadong pagsasanay, siyentipikong pananaliksik, at pakikipagtulungan sa ibang mga eksperto. Lahat ng tao ay may kanya-kanyang natatanging kwalifikasyon at karanasan. Ang bawat forensic document examiner ay may sariling kaalaman at kasanayan, at ang kwalifikasyon ay nakabatay sa edukasyon, pagsasanay, pananaliksik, at pakikipagtulungan sa ibang eksperto. Then next, the number of years experience by the type of cases examined and the testimony given as an expert witness also contribute to a person's credentials. Those seeking assistance from a forensic document examiners should closely examine the expert training qualifications, especially as they apply to the scientific problem of matter at hand. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, ang bilang ng mga taon ng karanasan, ang mga uri ng kaso na napag-aralan at ang mga testimonya na ibinigay bilang isang eksperto sa hukuman ay nag-aambag din sa kredensyal ng isang tao. Ang mga naghahanap ng tulong mula sa isang forensic document examiner ay dapat na maingat na suriin ang pagsasanay, kwalifikasyon at karanasan ng eksperto, lalo na kung paano ito naaangkop sa partikular na problema o usapin na kinakaharap. Ang karanasan, pagsasanay at kwalifikasyon ng eksperto ay mahalaga sa pagtatasa ng kanyang kredibilidad. Ang mga naghahanap ng tulong ay dapat na maingat na suriin ang mga kwalifikasyon ng eksperto. Ang partikular na problema o usapin ay dapat na isaalang-alang sa pagtatasa ng eksperto.